Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE Smackdown review for May 28th, 2015. And I'm going to be watching the show off that wrestling site. So, there's like two videos for it. So, when I watch one section of it, I'll come back and give my thoughts on it. Then I'll watch the next section, and then I'll give my thoughts on that section. So, yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool stuff. I like this wrestling site. If I miss wrestling and I forget to DVR it, I can just go on this wrestling site. And watch it. So I think that's pretty cool stuff right there. Um, to be honest with you, I'm actually looking forward to watching SmackDown because I hear Kevin Owen. I heard that on NXT they advertised that Kevin Owens was going to be on it, so I think that should be good. Um, and overall, I think SmackDown should be really good. But we'll have to wait and see. But other than that, when stuff starts happening and I watch that, when I'll just be back to watch. Fucking words. I can't talk. I'll be back to give my thoughts on the first section when I'm done watching. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we have Byron Saxton, Tom Phillips, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary for this show. Dean Ambrose comes out to cut a promo, and he talks about getting arrested on Raw, how he had to sign the contract for his match with Seth Rollins at the Elimination Chamber to be official. And he said that the Authority were trying to keep him from signing the contract. And he talks about how he was in the jail cell in Long Island, New York. And the officers came in and told him he had one phone call. Hold on one second. The officers came in and he was told he had one phone call. And he used that phone call to call Roman Reigns, and he asked Roman Reigns if he could buy him some time so he can figure out a way to get out of here. So then they said that they saw the video when Seth Rollins pushed the camera guy, so that they dropped him of his charges, but he said he needed to get out of there. And we found out that the police officers were big Dean Ambrose fans, so he got a police escort, and he went full speed to the thing, to where Raw was. And I thought this was actually a really good promo. And then he talks about how he signed the contract and beat the crap out of Seth Rollins. And he says he intends to beat the crap out of Seth Rollins at the Elimination Chamber and tonight in their tag team match. So there's going to be a tag team match between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Corporate Kane. I thought this was a really good promo. Didn't make a lot of sense, but it's wrestling, whatever. I really thought this was an awesome promo, though. And then we get the first match on the show. It's Tyson Kidd and Cesaro with Natalya inside versus the Lucha Dragons, which consist of Kalisto and Sin Cara. And this was a lumberjack match. And all the lumberjacks were the tag teams that are going to be in the tag team championship elimination chamber match. We had the Ascension, Connor and Victor. Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando and El Torito was there too. The primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. And the New Day, the tag team champions, which is Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods. And this was an awesome match. This was actually an amazing match. It was really good. It was so fucking awesome. Tyson Kidd, Cesaro slingshots, I believe it was Kalisto right into Cesaro, and he hits him right with an uppercut. That looked really cool. And Kalisto tried to roll up Cesaro, and Cesaro catches him and puts him in a suplex position. Tags in Tyson Kidd, and Tyson Kidd jumps right on him. That was awesome. What else was there in this match? Kalisto hit a head scissors on Cesaro outside the ring, and the Lumberjacks are there because anytime someone gets thrown out, they have to get thrown back in the ring, and that's what they did in this match. Tyson Kidd tries to do a double team. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro try to do a double team move to Kalisto. They throw Kalisto takes out Tyson Kidd, and Cesaro tries to do his uppercut and Kalisto just jumps right over him and lands on his feet. That was fucking sick. And then Sin Cara gets the hot tag. He did some good stuff. What else was there in this match? Kalisto hit a crook, gets tagged in afterwards, and he hits a corkscrew he hits a corkscrew crossbody on Cesaro, and one spot, Kalisto tries to throw Tyson Kidd outside the ring, and Cesaro is like holding him up so he'll stay there, and they take out Kalisto, and Tyson Kidd hits a springboard elbow on Kalisto when he kicks out of it. Sin Cara has Tyson Kidd like in a submission hold when he's torturing his back, and he tags in Kalisto when he hits a drop kick while he's in that hold. That was sick. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in this match. What else was good in this match? Cesaro tries to go for the swing, but then Sin Cara takes him out. And then Kalisto goes for hits a Kalisto kick that they called it. It's when he goes for a roll up and then he kicks him in the face. That was sick. And then Cesaro breaks it up. Sin Cara comes in there. He lays him out with a drop kick. And then Tyson Kidd, Kalisto goes for a hurricanrana, but Tyson Kidd gets him in the sharpshooter. And Sin Cara does a springboard drop kick on Tyson Kidd to break the hold. And then Cesaro throws Sin Cara out. Kalisto gets thrown out. He gets thrown back in. And there's a big schmoz. And then Xavier Woods grabs Tyson Kidd's leg. And this distracts Tyson Kidd long enough for Kalisto to hit the Salito del Sol on Tyson Kidd for the win. So the Lucha Dragons go over here. I thought this was a fucking awesome match. This was good shit. If you really want to go watch SmackDown, watch it for this match. Well, so far, because I haven't seen the whole show. But this match is definitely worth tuning into SmackDown for. It was awesome. And then Corporate Kane's backstage, and Seth Rollins comes up, and he talks about how he has to take out Dean Ambrose. Talks about how they have to team up again to face Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And he's like, how the hell did Dean Ambrose get out of jail? So that pretty much means that he didn't watch Dean Ambrose promo in the beginning of the show. And Corporate Kane says, relax, I have a plan that's going to be... He just pretty much says that he has a plan. He says he's not only going to take out Dean Ambrose tonight, he's also going to take out Roman Reigns. So I wonder what his plan's going to be. I have no idea. And we get R-Truth versus Ken Barrett. Ken Barrett pretty much destroys R-Truth. Then eventually he goes for the bullhammer. R-Truth counters with the roll-up, and then he charges at him in the corner. Barrett hits the corner. R-Truth hits the pay dirt for the win. Then afterwards, Sheamus lays them both out with brogue kicks. I thought this was solid stuff. I was surprised R-Truth won, but I think the reason that he won was so Sheamus could come out. So this was a nice way to build up the Elimination Chamber match, though, for the Intercontinental Championship to go all in it. And then Lana gets interviewed, and she said that she let her feelings get in the way of her. She thought that Rusev had changed on Monday, but apparently he's still the same man that he once was. And then she says that there's no relationship going on between her and Dolph Ziggler. And then Rusev comes up. He talks, she's like, what, are you just going to whine and cry and complain? And Rusev says no, because after what happened to Dolph Ziggler on Raw, he's fine, because he beat the crap out of him. And he says that he's not there because he's afraid of Rusev. And Lana says that Rusev is jealous of Dolph Ziggler. And Rusev says that he's not jealous, and says that he's going to win the IC title at the Chamber. So I thought this was good stuff. Like me, Draven, and James Heber, who you can check out on YouTube. I'll post this stuff. We can Weymouth Youth Wrestling up here, and James Hebert out there, and then the Massasoit Wrestling Corner. You can check that stuff out. But anyhow, we just feel like they did this too fast. They should have done a slow build up with this, and I totally agree. But right now, Ryback is facing Rusev. The match is actually pretty good so far, but it just kind of started, so I can't really judge how good the match is. But so far, SmackDown's really awesome so far. definitely check out that tag team lumberjack match. That is a match to check out. And yeah, R-Truth and the build up for the chamber was pretty good, and the stuff with Rusev and Lana was pretty good. And Dean Ambrose cut a good promo. So far, SmackDown has been pretty good so far. All right, so Ryback and Rusev's match continues. Um, I thought it was a decent match. There's one spot where Ryback throws Rusev over the top rope, and Rusev lands right on his ankle, and it looks bad here. So the match still continues though. Rusev is limping though after this. He hits a fallout throw on Ryback on the floor, and then he just dominates Ryback. Ryback makes his comeback, and Rusev really starting to limp at this point. So then Rusev throws Ryback into the steel post twice, and then the referee calls for the bell. He awards Ryback the victory by disqualification. And then afterwards, Rusev throws Ryback into the steel steps, and then Ryback's theme song plays. Now, I don't think this was probably the planned finish, because Ryback, because of Rusev's injury, they probably felt like it was time to end the match, so I can see why they did it there. I don't really know if Rusev's now going to be in the Elimination Chamber, well, tonight, because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I have no clue if he's still in it or not. I have to look at the match code. But, you know, if Rusev gets hurt, I guess it sucks for him, you know. I'm not the biggest Rusev fan. I think he's okay. But, you know, maybe if Rusev gets injured. Sometimes injuries do help you. It helped Ryback's career. Remember, Ryback was going nowhere before, and now then he got injured, and it kind of brought him back to some credibility when he came, you know, because then he got this gimmick back. So it could help Rusev a lot. We're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, that was that. So then we get Paige versus Naomi with Tamina Snuka ringside. I don't know why they would put this match on SmackDown when they could wait until a pay-per-view. Paige cuts one of those little video promos talking about how Naomi took her out and she wants payback, and Naomi thinks it's a joke pretty much, that she's gonna get payback because she did cut one too. Thought the match was pretty good. I think the match probably could have been better, but whatever. Paige wins with the Rampage after taking out Tamina Snuka. I did think the match was pretty good. I just don't think they should have wasted it on a SmackDown. They could have done something else better than what they did. But, you know, when it comes to the Divas division, the WWE only knows how to build them up through matches, you know. But the match was good. And afterwards, Paige is leaving, and Nikki and Brie, the Bella twins, come out. And they all have like a little face. All the people in the match have a face-off. I definitely think they could have done something better with the build-up. And then this next segment was awesome. Michael Cole interviews Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out. He makes his big SmackDown debut. And Michael Cole's about to ask him, like, he's been in the WWE for 2 weeks. I guess he's only counting the main roster. He's not counting when he was on NXT. And Kevin Owens says, no, I've been in this business for 15 years. I've wrestled all over the world and I dominated. And he talks about, Michael Cole says to Kevin Owens that he's not facing a normal opponent. He's facing John Cena. That's pretty much what he says. And Kevin Owens says he realizes who he's facing. 15-time world champion. 2-time Royal Rumble winner, 11 WrestleMania appearances. Then he says 57 ugly t-shirts and 1,500 reasons why he sucks. I thought that was awesome. And then he said, Michael Cole says that on Raw, John Cena said that you're gonna start. You can't finish a fight that you start. And then Kevin Owens talks about how he has him play the footage of NXT Unstoppable when he took out Sami Zayn, and he says, if I'm willing to do that for one of my best friends in the world, what do you think I'm capable of to somebody I don't even like in John Cena? So he says that. So then that was the end of the segment. But I thought Kevin Owens was amazing here. This is definitely worth checking out if you want to watch. By the way, the lights flickering. If you notice, it's getting a little dark. But yeah, this is definitely worth checking out. So then we get the main event. It's Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Corporate Kane with J&J Security. J&J Security consists of Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. I like this match. It wasn't like an amazing match or anything, but it was an okay tag team match. J&J Security get on the apron, and Seth Rollins takes a cheap shot at Ambrose. And then afterwards, they get the heat on Reigns for a little while. And then Reigns takes out Kane. Dean Ambrose gets the hot tag. And then afterwards, after he hits all his moves on Kane, Seth Rollins, that light's just pissing me off right now. Seth Rollins and Kane get the heat on Dean Ambrose for a while. At points, J&J Security keeps taking cheap shots at Ambrose. So at one point, they throw Ambrose back in the ring, and then he gets back out and double clotheslines both of them over the announce table. And then Dean Ambrose takes out Kane with the corner bulldog, and then Roman Reigns gets the hot tag on Seth Rollins. He starts taking him out. They have some good chain sequences where Reigns goes for the Superman punch. Rollins ducks into a roll up, and then Reigns counters into like a power. And then Reigns kicks out. And Rollins tries to hit a super kick, but Reigns counters and tries to hit a roll up, and then he goes for like a power bomb, but then Rollins lands on his feet. Reigns goes for a super kick, and then hits a Superman punch on Rollins, and Reigns tries to cover him, and J&J Security break up the pinfall, so the match is over. Reigns and Ambrose win by disqualification, and then Ambrose takes out J&J Security. He takes out Kane. He hits a dive on J&J Security, and the New Day came out. They were Kane's plan. I wasn't very happy about this because I don't like the New Day. And they stop beating up Ambrose, and then Roman Reigns hits a dive on the New Day. Except for Xavier Woods, he's all happy, he's all fine, but then Dean Ambrose takes him out with Dirty Deeds. He hits Big E with the rebound clothesline, and then Kofi Kingston tries to go off the top, and then Reigns catches him into a Superman punch, which looked really sick. And then Reigns hits a spear on Big E, and then Kane from behind chokeslams Roman Reigns, and then Kane and Rollins start beating down Ambrose, and then Rollins hits a pedigree on Ambrose to end the show, and then that was the end of SmackDown. Overall, I really was impressed with SmackDown this week. I actually thought it was a good show. The Lumberjack tag team match was awesome. Dean Ambrose's promo was awesome. R-Truth and King Barrett was okay. I like the stuff with Sheamus laying them both out afterwards. Ryback and Rusev was okay. Yeah, just a pretty good show overall. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's my review of SmackDown. I'll be back at some point this week to give you another video, and that's pretty much it, guys. See